Hey guys, what's up? I hope everyone is having a lovely night tonight, as it's actually morning because it's 2:36 a.m. in the morning. I have a really bad habit of staying up till like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I have a doctor's appointment at 8:15. I should probably go to bed, but I'm too busy to be going to bed. I'm working on an 8-minute Rick Grimes tribute. Kill me. But anyway, so today I just wanted to cover a little topic that, excuse me, has kind of been something I've been wanting to talk about for a little while, and it's my interpretation of, I guess you'd call it, what do I think stealing someone's content is, and my opinion on other people doing similar tributes that I've done. That's really all this is about. The difference between what is stealing someone's content and what is being inspired and doing your own interpretation of someone's content. What do I mean by that? Well, let's go into it right here. This is where it was just kind of like, alright, I need to do a video about this. It is Gabe, the Walking Dead Music. He's another editor. He's participated in a couple of my collabs. Pretty cool dude. He has made a comment that said on my preview, which is a thing I just uploaded recently, where I did a preview of 4 of my edits that are coming out. One of them was a Rick Grimes tribute using the song Monster by Ruel. I'm really excited about this one. I think it's going to be great. And he said, lol, I was going to do a Rick Grimes Monster, but it's cool, I'll do it with another character. Well, my response was, he hasn't replied back, but I said, oh, go ahead and do it. I don't have a problem with it. And that's kind of where this video comes from. I've gotten a lot of comments like that, some from Gabe and some others from other content creators as well. I do not have an issue with someone doing a tribute that's the same concept as mine. And I have some reasoning behind that, and I don't think it's stealing people's content. I think there's this misinterpretation that a lot of editors have that, oh, because you did the same idea as another editor, you're stealing their content. I don't think that's true at all. And it's certainly not true on my channel. If anyone, if Gabe does this edit, the same edit, a Rick Grimes tribute using Monster by Ruel, I don't consider that stealing my content. And here's the reason why. I consider that being inspired by my content, and I think there's a fine difference. See, he's not going to be stealing my content, aside from the fact that I gave him permission to go ahead and do it. He's not going to be stealing my content because he's a completely different editor than I am. Let's take another editor that I prepped up for a little presentation, Kecker. Kecker is one of my all-time favorite editors. He's a really cool dude, awesome guy to know. I consider him a good friend, and he has a fantastic editing style, a bunch of great tributes, and has participated in my 2 big open collabs that I've done. Awesome editor, love his style. Well, his editing, if he were to say, let's say he went and took my Walking Dead Rick Grimes Never Die tribute, and let's say he watched it and went, you know what, I want to use that song and make it a Rick Grimes tribute too. Well, I don't think that would be considered stealing my content. Here's why. I just showed you a little clip of kind of my editing style. It's a little older than what I do now, but it's still pretty damn similar. Kecker's editing style is completely different than mine. I'm going to show a little clip, just a little bit, Kecker, I hope you don't mind this, of one of his tributes. As you can see, his editing style is very different from mine. He uses a lot of fast-paced cuts and transitions and all that, like, or immediately transition into the next scene. His transitions morph into the next scene, right? He has a very different color scheme that we see as a blue hue in comparison to mine, which pretty much, in this instance, just has a slightly darker tint applied to it. And of course, we also see, you don't hear this because I had the video muted, but his videos will often incorporate a lot of action one after the other, and his audio usually pairs in with that. If he shows like 20 kills one after the other, his audio will usually be those 20 kills consecutively one after the other, and maybe have dialogue over it. I do things similar. But my editing style, when I show action sequences, instead of showing a shitload of scenes one after the other, although I do that sometimes, More regularly, I prefer to show like a large action sequence and then transition into another action sequence, or maybe parallel some action scenes. You know, I like to give my scenes a little bit more longer length to view. That's just my style. Kecker likes to show a lot of action sequences and transitions one into the other. That's his more preferred style. He has a different color scheme than I do. If he wanted to do this video, this Rick Grimes tribute, Never Die by All Good Things, if he wanted to do that as well, his interpretation of it would be different than mine. He would use different scenes one after the other because of both his editing style and just how he would view the song. He would have a different color scheme than I would. He would have a completely different audio used for it than I would, or even if he used similar scenes to me, his scenes might be different. He might use them in a different order. He might cut them up differently. Or maybe if I used audio for one clip in my tribute, he might not use audio for that clip in his tribute, and might put, say, a line of dialogue over it, or just not even use any audio for it. It would be completely different because his interpretation of Rick Grimes for Never Die by All Good Things would be different than my interpretation was. He would have a different style than me. As well as Gabe over here, if he were to make this Rick Grimes Monster tribute, which you guys will be happy to know I have completely finished. It is all done and ready to be uploaded. But his is completely different. If he made that video, it would be completely different than mine. He would have a different idea. He would have a different color scheme. He has a different editing style. He has a different idea of what the song how it would fit. That I can fucking speak, I swear to God. He would have a different idea of what the song would mean and how it would fit with Rick Grimes compared to how I made it. Completely different edits. The same idea, but completely different. That's why I don't consider it copying when you do something like that, because you take an idea that maybe, yes, another editor did, and if you want to be nice, you can say they inspired me to make the edit, or you can ask them for permission if you want. But I'll just say this first and foremost: editors, you don't ever have to ask me for permission to do an idea that I've done. If you want to do a tribute to a character and use the song that I did for that same character and use that same song too, go ahead. I don't have an issue with that whatsoever, because your edit of that character is going to be completely different than mine. That's just my opinion on it. I don't think you're copying me. In fact, I think you've been inspired by me, and I think that's humbling. I think it's humbling that my idea was good enough that it inspired you to want to do the same thing. I think that's cool. What is bad is this example right here. This is what's not okay. This guy, I think he changed his name, but he used to be called Night Captain YouTube. What he was doing was he was going on Kecker's videos and stealing his content. He changed the thumbnails and added, as we can see right there, a big ass logo over it. But Kecker on his videos already has his own logo right down here in the corner. So we know he just copied Kecker's video and then just pasted his own watermark over it. And that's not okay. Because what you did there is, yeah, you liked my video enough, but instead of just going and making your own tribute of the same idea, you just went and took his tribute and just uploaded it like your own. That is not okay. That's content copy. That's plagiarism. And that's not an okay thing to do. That's where I do draw the line. Copying my content directly, and I've seen editors do it. Editors I even know have done this before. They'll take one of my tributes and paste it into theirs. Either they'll just completely copy the edit, or they'll copy the edit and then mute it so that they can put their own music over it, or they will take parts of my edit and put it in large chunks of their video. And that's not okay. That's not cool. Because what you're doing then is you're not making your own video of the same idea. That's fine. Because you're in that instance, if, like, let's say Kecker wanted to do a Rick Grimes tribute to Never Die using All Good Things, just like I did. That's okay, because he's still going to put in the same amount of work to make the edit. He's still going to have all his fast-paced parts and all the cool blue hue and all that stuff within his video, or whatever he decides to do. He's going to put in the effort to make that video. So that's fine. But directly copying someone's idea like this guy did with Kecker is not cool whatsoever. That's just directly ripping off a content creator who worked his ass off, his or her ass off, to make this amazing video. You know? That's not cool. Because then that's just directly copying, and nobody likes that. That's just you being lazy. Like, you can't take the time to make your own edit. That's just you being lazy and taking someone else's hard-ass work. And I can tell you, it's hard fucking work making these tributes. It takes a lot of time. A lot of time going through the editor, importing in clips, importing in other media files, importing in sound effects, importing in audio clips, importing in fucking whatever the hell else we need to use. And then you just copying it and uploading it, or copying it and just putting bunch parts of it into your own video. That's not okay. What is okay though, in my book at least, this is just my opinion, is if you do the same idea, but as long as you actually make the edit, you know, that's okay, because then, yeah, it's the same song, and yes, it's the same character, but your version of that edit is going to be completely different than mine. It's going to be. Because you're a different editor. You have a different editing style. You have different techniques that you use. You have a different editor in general. As long as you put in the effort to make it your own thing. As long as you are inspired by my idea, put in the same effort that I put into my video, into your video. So you make it your own video. So that way they're the same ideas, but they're completely different videos. But copying and pasting the same video is not okay. That's a dickhead move, and Night Captain YouTube, I'll just call it now, you're a fucking dickhead for doing that. And you can see, people do not react well to that. So yeah, that's just all I had to say on it. That was a little bit of a rant, but it's just something I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video and just understand my editing buddies out there. If you ever have an idea that I do that you want to do as well, don't worry about asking me. Go ahead and do it. Just so long as you don't directly copy and upload my video or use parts of my video in your video. Otherwise, I never got a problem with it. If anyone wants to do the same edit I did, I will always 100% say yes, unless there's some really big reason I don't want to do it. Like I made the music, and I don't make music yet, so you know that probably won't happen for a very long time, if ever. I don't make music. I play music, but I don't make it. Anyway, so yeah, if you editors ever want to do an idea that I do, go ahead and do it. I am honored that you think my idea is good enough that you want to do it too. Just don't directly copy my video. That's all I have to say about it. Hope you guys have a good night. Peace out.